Today we're going to talk about 2 items that you need to have on almost every single Pokemon in Pokemon Unite. Let's get started. Yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is our guy Assassin Dave. Welcome back to Team 4 and Famous Family again. And today we're going to show you 2 items that you have to take when you're playing Pokemon Unite. It's not really must, but it's more of a 99.9%. You know, I don't want to keep everything absolute. Those 2 items, as you saw from the thumbnail, is going to be Buddy Bear as well as Score Shield. Especially when you play in the solo duo queues. I've mentioned over and over again in my own gameplays, those 2 items literally dominates how much you can carry your team, especially in those situations where your team all feeding and you need to get as much points as possible to make up the difference. So by the time you get to that fight, you give yourself as much advantage or as little disadvantage as you possibly can. And today, one more time, we're gonna use the winter tournament for Pokemon Unite, the official tournament grand finals, to drive those points home. Now, from the Japanese side, we do have 3 Score Shield, and on this Team Star 9 right here, we have 4 Score Shield. And everyone has Buddy Bear except for Lucario and Cinderace. Come to the Japanese side, everybody has Buddy Bear, right? It's an item that every player took, except for Star 9. Star 9, the Lucario didn't take Buddy Bear, which I think it's a big missed opportunity. I think instead of taking Muscle Band, you should take Buddy Bear, because Muscle Band, I mean, it's gonna help you clear. Some of the top laners like to run little cringy clear routes, so they like to take Muscle Band, but to be honest, a Buddy Bear just gives you so much, especially like late game, you are able to score with it. Cinderace, instead of taking Buddy Bear, Cinderace win was Focus Band. Very interesting strategy, because they're relying mainly on the Autogoss and Wiggly to save the Cinderace. Now, if that's failed, what would happen is when people dive Cinderace properly, Cinderace would die really quickly. Especially when you look at Attack Wave, Razor Claw, Lucario. If Lucario jumped in properly, we might see some problems, you know, with the Power Punch and then close combat. And I think that's what the Japanese Lucario ended up going. With that being said, guys, let's jump into gameplay, and I'm gonna talk about why those 2 items are so important and instrumental that you have to take them. Buddy Bear, I think everybody know how important it is for this item. Now, let's first talk about Score Shield. Why this item is so instrumental? Why it's so important? Because we're in a game of scoring, okay? Like, this is literally competing who scores more points. If you score more points, you win the game. So I wouldn't understand any other way, like a team comp that does not involve Score Shield, you know? Like, you just have to take Score Shield because you're competing who can score more points. So you have to score, and Score Shield allows you to do that. And on top of it, as I said, Score Shield actually synergizes with your Buddy Bear with all kinds of shield, right? With Lucario passive, with a shield that provided from Autogoss, with shield provided by Wiggly's Unite. What's your Unite? Score Shield actually give you 10% of Unite back every time you score. It does not matter how much or how low you score. If you score 1 point, 2 point, 5 point, all the way to 50 points, doesn't matter how much you score. If you score in one time, you get 10% of Unite back. Now, that varies a little bit based on like how long your Unite CDs are. Like for Pikachu, for Talonflame, those Unite are really short. You might get more than 10%. For a lot of Unites that's really long. Some Unites are 134 seconds. You might get like 9%, which is, again, it doesn't really matter. It's probably just 10%, you know, just average out to 10%. So it's very important that you get that Score Shield, especially for a defender like Slowbro. I mentioned it before. You know, when you use your Unite is so game changing. Now, how do you get your Unite? Farming is probably not the way, because we all know how slow your defender can farm in the game. But if once you get Score Shield, guess what? You can go scoring 1 or 2 or 5 points sometimes. You pick up some points or 10 points uninterrupted, right? They cannot stop you because you can just run and score. It takes less than 1 second to score. And for people who didn't understand how Score Shield works is once you score, you get a shield, right? The only way for people to interrupt your score is first, let's say you have a shield. It's only like 100 damage shield. And if somebody, they want to interrupt your score, let's say they do a skill that's 500 damage. It breaks your shield, but it won't interrupt your score. They have to first break your shield. And after they break your shield, they have to do another instance of damage in order to break your Score Shield, which is make it absolutely insane. So people have to at least do 2 instances of damages. Let's say Gardevoir. If you just have a future sight, try to stop someone with Score Shield, it's actually really hard, especially when people don't have a lot of score. You can go in, use a Score Shield, tank your future sight, and then scoring his point. If you don't do any other follow-up damage, that is. So in this game, you will see that the Venusaur on the red side, Star 9 has Score Shield, and obviously we have Autogoss, we have like Wiggly, we have Lucario, all of them have Score Shield, and it will be so game-changing. And also, I don't understand about this Japanese, you know, Cinderace bottom strategy. Like, I understand like some team like to run Cinderace bottom lane against Japanese strategy and it worked out. They also have Cinderace take attack away, right? Because Japanese strategy, they will have nobody bottom. They have Wiggly defending bottom. I think I featured this on my channel also. You can go check out that video as well. With attack way Cinderace. It's absolutely insane. You got free farm bottom lane the whole time. But this is obviously a different game. We should have Japanese team taking out Cinderace bottom lane. They're going against a traditional comp with the Venusaur, with Wiggly, with Autogoss. They lost all the bottom lane secure, which made the bottom lane super strong from Star 9 team. And now, because they have the level advantage, They had a Dreadnought. Everybody's coming to top lane score. All of a sudden, they're so far ahead, and you can't stop them. You can see that with the score shield, the Wiggly, the Elder Gods, they went in and score, and there's nothing Lucario could have done from the Japanese team to stop them. So they forced the tower open. They forced the defense zone, and now they're going to come to the bottom side. You can see a level 9 Dragonite versus a level 10 Cinderace right here. Who wins, you know? I think it's all of a Hyper Beam, but look at that. Hyper Beam's so delayed, it's almost impossible to aim now, like to land, because the charge time is so long. I think they nerfed the Dragonite so much, like it's just not viable anymore besides scoring. Or like you have to work with the team on secure. If one-on-one wise, Dragonite is actually really weak. Now, obviously, you pick Dragonite, you don't really want to go one-on-one. You mainly just want to go score. And in team fight, you can line them up and do a Hyper Beam. But one-on-one, like Dragonite is not very good against any hyper carry. Cinderace, Greninja, because they can dodge your skills so easily. The Hyper Beam is impossible to land. In this game, obviously, while we talk about score shield, it's very, very important. If you're looking to win some games, if you're looking to have like really enjoy Pokemon Unite, you see like a lot of times I take score shield on a lot of assassins, speedsters. I take score shield on Zero Aura. Basically, every Pokemon I play now that's not a marksman type of Pokemon. The only characters I do not take score shield is Decidueye and Cinderace. I'm too squishy and I'm too slow to get to the defense zone to score. Like enemy team can easily stop. So I don't see much benefit. I'd rather just take full damage and to kill them. And if I win, I win. Or just a full-on flip Zapdos. Especially right now with Cinderace, you can flip Zapdos pretty easily. So let's take the bottom lane fight. You can see right here, Arjun tried to go in. He's not even level 9. That's how behind the Japanese team are right now against some traditional strategies. Because people understand like the importance of first Dreadnought and they just go for it. So right here, the Lucario tried to get it from the Japanese team. Unfortunately, he does not fast enough. And then the Star 9 just got a second Dread. And then, look, Lucario, even though he has 40 points, he cannot score. He used Unite, and he's still gonna die. Where traditional Japanese Lucario, they always have Score Shield. And if they have Unite and have Body Barrier, and this is coming to my second point, Body Barrier synergizes with Score Shield. You have Body Barrier and then Score Shield. You can Body Barrier with your Unite, and then you can go score. Especially you work with a teammate, you can stack your Body Barrier, and then make it even harder for enemy team to kill. Because then you have 2 shields instead of 1, right? And let's say you have a Wiggly on top of it. Wiggly Unite also provides everybody a shield on top of that. So you have triple the shield, and your Score Shield allows you to score, which is very, very important. So right here, the Blastoise come in Unite, but to no avail, to not much effect right here. Ooh, Cinderace jumped away, dashed away, and then Blastoise just feels sad. It's a depressed Blastoise, right? Didn't really do much. The Star 9 just didn't get punished. At this point, they're 200 points ahead. Now, do I say that's all to the benefit of Score Shield? No, but Score Shield definitely played a part. And also, I don't understand this Blastoise pick. Blastoise is okay, but it's not really the best in lane. Same as Cinderace. I think they're expected they're gonna go against the full-on Japanese team, but they already know this is the second game out of the 2 series, of the entire series. Look, you see bottom side, Venusaur with a Score Shield, he's not really worried. He's gonna score uninterrupted, right? He's gonna pick up more points and score more, right? He's not really worried at all. Like, he's gonna score more points before Zapdos and to get himself more ahead. And now, like, he's gonna get the Aldino bottom, score another 29. They're 260 points ahead before Zapdos. Like, at this point, they don't even have to do Zap. Like, when Zap spawns in 27 seconds, 25 seconds, this entire Star 9 team, they can just go in and score because they have 4 Score Shield still ready to deploy. And I'm pretty sure the Wiggly have Unite, even though we can't see it here, which is really sad. But the Wiggly has Unite, the Elder Gods have Unite, the Cinderace have Unite, Venusaur have Unite. And they'll have Score Shield, by the way, except for Cinderace. Cinderace is the only person who doesn't have a Score Shield on their team. They're so far ahead. They can just run to their base and then, you know, fight them. Like, what we do at this point, our team, if you watch any of our live streams, by the way, make sure to join our live stream. Look, this Dragonite just jumped in and he got instantly killed. I don't even know why you would do that, but this is actually a full-on flip, right? Right now, if the Japanese team took the Dreadnought, took the Zapdos, like if they just unite onto the Zapdos, they could have a chance, like really good chance of flipping it. Obviously, the Cinderace from the Japanese team just played a really, in my opinion, you know, he didn't unite at the right time. But if they did, what I'm trying to say is they could have full-on flipped the Zap, right? If they got the Zapdos, it's going to be GGWPs, right? They could have got a chance of winning because they're 260 points behind, but getting Zapdos usually mean at least 400 to 500 points. You know, somewhere around that line. You can get like at least 300. And on top of it, you can kill somebody along the line because you get people stunned, enemy got like 200, and you can score some points. This game, the Star 9 is really far ahead. They did not need to do that Zap. In fact, they could have fought the enemy like close to their side of the jungle and then just go for the score after you kill them. That way you guarantee the win because like right now, the Star 9 team is really far ahead and they have the Body Barrier, they have the Score Shield. With the 2 must-have items equipped on their entire team, and with Cinderace going Focus Band, you know, actual defense item, leveraging the shield from the team, they could have just gone score. They could have just gone kill them, you know, at their side. They're so far ahead on levels. So right now you can see enemy team is gonna try to score, but I doubt they can do it successfully because all the damage that entire team Star 9 have right now. They try to use Score Shield. shield. Can they do it? Dragonite, not even, right? Because people can't get on points before they got completely damaged to death. And that's the power of going, I think, the NA comp versus Japanese comp. The normal 1-1-3 strategy versus the Japanese strategy. You can see the 1-1-3 strategy is winning right now, especially with the fact that you can fight bottom lane at Dreadnought, at the first Dreadnought. If you win the first Dread, it really helps the team out. Star 9, obviously the champion of the last tournament. I like what it did with the competition. I like that they have 4 score shield instead of 3 compared to the Japanese team, which I don't understand. They're pivoting away from what won them the game. What I was so appreciative or admiring of the Japanese strategy, right? Like, I always liked the Japanese strategy because they understood how the game works. They carry a lot of score shield, but all of a sudden they got beaten by the traditional strats and they stopped carrying it, which I don't understand because their comp, like, I thought them being very focused on the win condition of the game. You have to understand, this game is all about scoring. So score shield is a must-have item. Literally, like, if you have the room to squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Unless you're playing Center Race Greninja, maybe you don't need. Damage items are more beneficial. But even when I play Gengar now, Zero Aura, I take score shield on all of them. You know, I use Gengar Unite and then go score as early as possible. Get as much points in as possible. So what do y'all think, guys? Are you implementing score shield and Buddy Bear in your games? Let me know in the comment section down below. And with that, Saturn Dave signing off. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to check out another video with the thumbnail right here.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing